Start with just some perspectives on our security strategy, how it connects to what we are doing from an AI transformation, and really starting with why are we doing what we are doing. Does that work? And then you can ask me any questions. Great. So I have been at Microsoft for 4 years now, and I was brought in to look after our security business and our security strategy. Because as you all know today, we cannot really have any technology transformation without thinking of security first. And as business leaders, it's extremely important to understand what security means in this new world. And I'm going to start with some threat landscape stats for you so that you understand why it's so important to think about security first, and why even Satya Nadella, our CEO, made security above all else at Microsoft. We are facing one of the most complicated threat landscapes ever. The number of just password attacks per second is 4,000 attacks per second. And to give you an idea of scale, 2 years back, we had 567 attacks per second. So it's just increasing, just year over year for the same time frame, because at Microsoft, we have incredible threat intelligence. So we monitor a lot. So year over year, we've seen a 10x increase in identity attacks from 3 billion to 30 billion. In addition to that, the amount of time that it takes for attackers to get in our systems and get access to data has dramatically reduced. So it takes an average of 72 minutes from when someone accidentally clicks on a phishing link or goes on a website and clicks on a link for an attacker to get into your system and get your data, sometimes full inbox. So it's just not a lot of time, and there's so many attacks happening. And then in addition to that, the number of threat actors has increased pretty dramatically. We were tracking 200 unique threat actors, like financial crime, as well as nation-state crime, like espionage last year. Today, it's more than 300. Just ransomware groups are 125 plus ransomware groups. And it's becoming very, very hard for organizations to understand, hey, how can we protect comprehensively? Just before this conversation, I was talking with some of the security leaders across South America, and they are facing, in addition to all these threat landscape, operational complexity. There's a lot of tools. These tools are complex to use. You have to go in and out, in and out. They don't have the talent. There's 4 million jobs across the world that are needed in security, and they're not fulfilled. And then I'm sure like me, you track the regulations, which have real business implications and how countries work with countries. There is 250 plus regulatory updates every single day. So it's very complex out there. And with AI now driving so much transformation, and I'm a big AI optimist, so I know it will change our life. It's probably the most consequential technology of our life. I should also mention I'm a big science fiction fan, so if I throw out references, just know that. Love Star Trek. So, but it is the world of science fiction which has made science. And I know that every single industry is going to be transformed. I know you all saw Satya's keynote when he talked about the Amazonian deforestation. I met Sebastian told me about a nonprofit that he's started in Colombia who's looking AI to help teenagers from underserved communities. So AI is going to transform every aspect of our life. But AI is also going to be used by attackers. And they are already using it to do things what we call in security recon, where you go and you find information about something and you come back. And it's a really good tool for doing that. So we are going to see more password cracking. We're going to see more malware creation. We are going to see more phishing attacks. And then, of course, we all have our favorite deepfake video. I'm sure that's come across. Did you know that it just takes 3 seconds for AI to be trained on an audio sample to sound like any of us? And in the US, we're going through elections. We just published some threat intelligence where Kamala Harris, who is one of our candidates for presidency, there were Russian nation-state actors who are doing some disinformation campaigns where they publish videos of her having a hit-and-run accident a few years back. So, and people believe that, right? It's very hard to know what to believe, what not to believe. So this is the world that we are facing on security. This is why Microsoft does security. And we do 2 things. One is we have a security business. That means we provide tools for every organization to protect themselves. We have 1 million plus customers in security. We've invested $20 billion in R&D alone for 5 years, not counting the AI investment. And we are very passionate about protecting customers end to end. And thanks to our customers, we are now the largest cybersecurity company in the world. Our revenue is 20 billion plus. We announced that last year. And more than 70% of our customers are using 4 or more of our solutions. So that's our cybersecurity business. We have solutions across threat protection, which is Defender and Sentinel, data protection, which is so important in this world of security, across Purview, privacy, Priva, and then identity, of course, Entra and Intune. But the most important innovation, I believe, is going to be our AI innovation. And that's Copilot or Security Copilot. Because what it does is it acts as your ally in your security journey. And all these challenges that I was saying, it helps you simplify security, brings that easy button. It helps you reason over tremendous amount of data. It reduces the barrier to become a defender. It solves the diversity issue that we have. It's just hard to get into security. And it helps you defend at machine speed and scale. So that's an investment that I am super passionate about, and we're investing ahead of the curve. And while we're doing that, we also understand that we need to secure AI. So for securing AI, we think pretty holistically. We have our Secure Future initiative that we launched at Microsoft to make sure that we're securing in the age of AI, that we're developing AI which is trustworthy, so it's secure, it's safe, it's private. And we are putting in places our technologies to secure AI, everything from how you build AI, so things like hallucinations from a safety standpoint. I'm sure you've heard of this thing called prompt injections, where you're asking a prompt, but an attacker can go into that, or model poisoning, where attackers can enter models. So we are doing some very foundational security. But then we also give our customers a framework, especially for business leaders, which is how do you discover AI, like what are the AI apps you're using, how do you secure them, and then how do you govern, because governance is a big thing. So those are like some of the things we're doing. That was a lot of words from me. Thank you. So I know. So I'm going to pause here. I hope that gave you an overview of what we're thinking, but now all your questions. Yes, absolutely. What a great question. So the product that we use AI in 2 ways. One is we have a Copilot for security, which is our generative AI product. And we announced it last year, March 2023. It's generally available right now to all organizations. We have more than 1,400 customers who've used Copilot since we went generally available in May. So we have seen a lot of traction for it already. And we are going to continue building that out. So today, when we started Copilot, it was doing specific things from a security standpoint. It helped you with threat investigation. So all these threats are coming, tell me more other threats. It helped you with like summarization. It's very challenging to write reports in security, like summarizing incident. And one of the greatest example I can give you of Copilot, which is a CEO example, is think about a CEO who reads about a recent cyber attack. I can tell you that's a very common use case, right? They'll be like, oh my God, my peer company is getting attacked. It seems like this is a nation state attack. Am I attacked? Like, how do I worry? They send a note to their security team saying, can you find out? Without AI, here's how it would be. It would take a dozen people probably to get activated, to go and do research, to find the threat. It would probably take days, if not weeks, to get an assessment. With Copilot, you can do it in less than a minute. It's so fast, right? So Copilot has been a very big innovation, and we are going to continue to invest and build in that. We are building different skills. Data security comes up a lot. I'm using AI. What data are my employees using? What data is AI using? So we are going to build skills related to data security into Copilot. User risk, insider risk is on the rise. How do I know that this user is not demonstrating risky behavior, like they're not copying and pasting information in a web browser that they shouldn't, or they don't have access, they have access to something confidential. So those are how do you detect that? Those are skills that we are building in Copilot. Same thing with identity, where password attacks and things like that. How do you detect that easily? How do you make sure you protect against that? So we are going to continue to invest in Copilot. It's our AI product. In addition to that, in all of our portfolio, we have 6 products: Defender, Sentinel, Purview, Priva, Entra, and Intune. We have AI integrated into them as well. So think about it as machine learning algorithms and advanced AI, so we can really build more autonomous technology for them, so they can take care of it. So we think of AI as generative AI on the top, really helping everyone integrate experiences, and then AI even from the bottom, making the technology better and more intelligent. Yeah, so first of all, I see the future as very bright. In fact, one of our security leaders, Paula, is moving to Chile, so I'm really excited about that. And I feel like the customers in Chile and the innovation is very much at the forefront, and also the awareness of security from what I have, when I've talked to the teams, and Luisa can add more, has been very, very inspiring to see the pioneering of that. From a cybersecurity standpoint, our investments are globally, so they are global. So Chile will get the same impact of the investments that we make. From an AI perspective, I'll have to look back, we are working on AI investments across the world. So we are looking at data centers, and we have R&D centers, and I'm pretty sure we are looking at all of South America for that, but I can come back to you on specifics related to Chile.